Good morning, students. Today I am going to discuss the first chapter of your book of class 6. You can see this is the book Computer Express, and we have the first chapter as Computer Basics. So, in this, as earlier, I have made one video, but that was partially. But this video I have made to make you complete understand this chapter. So, in this chapter, Computer Basics, you have to study about all the input, process, and output device. What are the input device? You are studying in the junior classes that input devices are used to enter the instruction onto the computer are called input device. We have different input device. You can see here keyboard is one input device. Keyboard is the most common input device used to enter the data and instruction. It has 104 keys, and keyboard layout are the same as it is called QWERTY keyboard. QWERTY means that the keys here are starts from QWERTY. That's why it is called QWERTY keyword. There are different types of keywords. Now we have here a quick tip. Windows 8 has the app of virtual keyboard, that is on-screen keyboard, that allow to enter the data into computer without using a physical keyboard. We are using laptop and mobile phones in which we are using the facility of touch screen, that is also a part of keyboard. Mouse, you all know about mouse. You are using mouse is an input device. How it works? It is a pointing device because it generally used for pointing, selecting, and dragging the object on the screen. There are different types of mouse. Here you can see this is the mechanical mouse, this is the optical mouse, and this is the codeless mouse. What is a mechanical mouse? A mechanical mouse has a rubber ball at the bottom surface. When it rotates on the flat surface, it moves the cursors on the screen. What is an optical mouse? Optical mouse uses red light instead of rotating ball to detect the movement of the mouse. What is a codeless mouse? Codeless mouse or wireless mouse transmit the instruction via infrared radiation. Codeless means without wire. Who invented mouse? Mouse was invented by Douglas Egenbert in 1961. Now we have another device, that is trackball. This is the trackball. What is the use of trackball? It is an input device. What is the structure? It uses a ball which is fitted on the top, and we rotate the ball. This is the ball. You can see as we are moving the mouse ball, like that we are moving the ball in the trackball also. Joystick, I hope this you have seen while playing computer games. The joystick is an input device. It has a stick which is mounted on spherical base, and base is placed at the lower end which move in the socket with the help of a stick. So that is a joystick. So what is a touchpad? A touchpad consists of a sensor. How we are able to do anything with the help of a touch screen? When we use to touch the screen, we are getting some input or output operation to be done. So it is used in laptop and notebook as a replacement of mouse. That is a touch screen. We have a common touchpad which is called personal digital assistant, PDA device. You have seen many people uses PDA device. Now touch screen. When we are going in ATM for some transaction, we used to touch that screen to get some instruction. That is also a touch screen. In our mobile phone we have a touch screen. So touch screen enable the user to choose available option on the monitor by simply touching the screen, and it simply uses kiosks and bank ATMs. Now we have light pen. We have a pen with which we can hold and touch the screen. That is called a light pen. And light pen, it is very popular for graphical work in engineering like CAD, computer aided designing. Computer aided designing is a part of engineering which is used to design You can see here it is written that it is used by architect, engineers and drafters. Architect means civil engineers, those who used to design some house and some bridges. So they are using light pen and touch screen to design some architecture over there in the computer. Now we have this device which is graphic tablet. Graphic tablet is an input device. It is also known as graphic digitizer. What is the structure of a graphical tablet? It consists of a flat surface in which the user draws something using a stylus which looks like a pen. You can see web camera, you have seen many places. These days cameras are installed everywhere. So web camera is an input device. It captures the information that is going on around and it records it, and we can see the information afterwards also. Microphone, I hope you are familiar with this microphone. It is used to capture the sound or audio from a user or anyone and used to capture that sound. Microphone is an input device. It helps to record your voice in computer. And scanner, sometimes you want to put the soft copy of your image over there in the computer. So for that we are using the concept of scanner. So scanner is an input device. It is used when some information is available on the paper and it is to be transferred to the hard disk of the computer. So for that we are using the concept of scanner. We have two types of scanner, flatbed scanner and handheld scanner. Then we have barcode reader. When you're going for shopping, then you can see the salesman use a device to read the price tag over there in your materials or whatever you purchase. That is called barcode. It is an input device. It scans the barcode of any product that it brought from the market. Barcode are what? Set of lines of different thickness that represent a number. The barcode reader decode the number into a computer system. Decode means it convert the lines into numbers, and then when the instruction goes to the computer, then the actual price of the material is printed over there on the screen. So what is MICR? Magnetic ink character reader. You can see this is the magnetic ink character reader device. So this is the input device. It recognizes data printed with magnetically charged ink. This technology is widely used by banking industry for processing of checks. You have seen that these days to print, people use this concept to print off their passbook. They want to get their bank details, and they are providing their passbook in some devices. That there also we have the technique of magnetic ink character reader. Then this is optical character reader. This is used to convert the data on paper into electronic computer file. And then OMR sheet. You all are familiar about OMR sheet. OMR is recognize the document on which the pre-specified type of mark made by pencil or pen. This is used in competitive examination. We are circling the correct answer in the OMR sheet, and after that it is very easy to evaluate. There is a machine called OMR reader in which the sheet has to go inside, and after processing of the correct and incorrect answer, the OMR sheet get back to its previous pages. And then means how it works. The OMR machine has the instruction previously inputted by the experts over there in the examination center. Now I hope you all are familiar with this. You all are familiar with this device from childhood. You are studying from class 4, I think. This is CPU, and CPU, central processing unit, brain of the computer. So it is combination of three devices. First one is arithmetical logical unit, second one is control unit, and third one is memory unit. So central processing unit is a processing device. You know that CPU is the brain of the computer. How it works? It has three parts. Arithmetical logical unit. Arithmetic means plus, minus, multiplication, division. All the arithmetical means mathematical works we use inside here in the ALU. Perform all the arithmetical and logical calculation. Control unit, it is used to control all the operations inside the CPU, whatever going on there. Memory unit, as with the name you can identify, it is used to save all the documents inside some storage device. We have lots of memory devices here. You can see here RAM, ROM, and this is the circuit where we used to fit the RAM and ROM. So RAM, random access memory, and ROM, read only memory. So random access memory are the primary memories. These are fixed on motherboard. It is a volatile memory, as you are studying from your junior classes, that whatever we write over there in RAM, it goes after we switch off the computer, but whatever we will write or we do the processing inside ROM, it gets saved inside the hard disk. Now, what is motherboard? Motherboard is this circuitry inside which we are using. You have seen, I think some of the students are familiar with motherboard. They have computer over there in their home. So we have this socket in which we used to plug the RAM here. So this is the main circuit board of the computer. It is most important part of the computer, as it provide the electrical connection for the other component of a computer. So what are the things which are available in the motherboard? Microprocessor, main memory, and sound cards, some video cards, network cards, some modems which you are plugging there from outside. It has some connection from inside of the circuitry. That's why whenever you are plugging your dongle inside the CPU, it got connected and the instruction got decoded. I have told you already that modem is combination of modulator and demodulator. Modulator means it convert the analog signal to digital signal, and demodulator means it convert the digital signal to analog signal. So analog means whatever we are able to hear, and digital means whatever we are able to hear as well as we are able to see. Ports means, you can see backside of the CPU we have the ports like this, in which we used to put our cables, some red cables, some orange cables. These are the ports, different type of ports for different type of cables. These are called the ports. And CPU cabinet means the cover which we used to put in the CPU. After removing the cabinet, we are able to see the ports. Power supply, inside our CPU there is some steel kind of device, some size like that much, that is called power supply. It is called power supply means it provides the power to the computer. It is a rectangular box with several cables that fits on the top back of the case. What is the main purpose of the power supply? Is to supply power to all components inside the computer. Sometimes you can see that you used to plug the power cable over there in your computer and your switchboard, although you are not receiving the power, because your powers this device has, because maybe this device has some damaging parts. So sometimes we can see that when we are able to move our plug to the switchboard and all our devices are correct, but we are not receiving the power, then in that case we should call a hardware engineer to remove that power supply from our CPU, and we can get a replacement of this power supply also. It is not very expensive. You can get it in rupees 300 or 400, and you just have to plug that power supply inside your CPU, and you can get the information or the power supply back to the previous place. Sorry. Now what is output device? We have lots of output device. Output device means through which you can get the information. First one is monitor. Monitor means you are able to see anything over there in monitor. So in case of computer science, what are the output device? Monitor means when you are running any programming, when you are running any C++ or Java programming, then you are writing the program over there and you are getting the output after the execution. That is the output device, and you are able to see the movies, songs, and lots of things, so through the output device, through the monitor. So we have three types of monitors: CRT monitor, LCD monitor, and LED monitor. You can see the thickness. CRT monitor means cathode ray tube. It is the thick monitor. And LCD monitor, these days many people are having LCD monitor and LCD TVs. And LED monitor, light emitting diode, means the HD quality or the quality of the LED monitor is very good. These days people are using these two monitors. Printer are used. You know that printer is a hardware device. It is used to print any information over there in the paper. So we have three types of printer: dot matrix, inkjet, and laser printer. So it is another most popular output device. So the different techniques are used in these three types of printer. You have now we have another output device, that is the speaker. This is the speaker. It is used to listen to the sound from the computer. And this is headphone. These days many of the youngsters are using the headphones. It is used to hear sound from the computer or from these days people are using over their Android phone or iPhone also printer. So we have one big device, that is the plotter. In some examination centers or some big centers, we are using plotters, because with the help of printer we are not able to take printout in a large way. So it provides the information in the form of hard copy, where for example in our school we have to print thousands of question papers and thousands of answer sheets. For that we are using the concept of plotter. Now we have some storage device. It is used to store some information. This is hard disk. You can see it is used to plug inside the CPU. Hard disk is what consists of a hard disk. It is used to store the data over there in the computer, and store the data permanently until one can erase, or it may get deleted accidentally. We have some another storage device. First one is compact disc. Compact disc means this CD. It is used as a storage device. The storage capacity of a compact disc is 700 MB. We have different type of CDs. We have read only memory, means it holds the data which can read by using a CD. We have CDR, that is recordable CD. We have rewritable CD, means once we can write there and we can erase that, and then again whenever we want to reuse it, we can again write over there and we can use it. So it is called rewritable CD. We have another one which is digital versatile disc, DVD. So DVD is, the storage capacity of DVD is more than CD. It is 4.7 GB. We have another Blu-ray disc. You can see it is blue color disc. So it look like CD, but the storage capacity of Blu-ray disc is more, and it is quite expensive, which is 25 GB to 50 GB and 1000 GB. At last we have this device which is called pen drive. I hope you all are familiar with pen drive. It is a storage device where you are storing the information. You are plugging the pen drive over there in your computer. You are getting the information saved there in the pen drive, and whenever you want to take the pen drive, you are taking the pen drive and you are putting that, and you are getting the information there. So I hope you'll understand this chapter about input, process, and output device. We have studied about lots of devices over here. So I hope you will understand. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.